Your dog is staring at a blank wall, completely still, ears pointed at something you can't hear. You look at the same spot, nothing there. You call their name. They don't move, and you think they're just being weird again. But what if the wall isn't actually empty? What if your dog isn't reacting to nothing, but to something your senses were simply never built to pick up? Humans see the surface of things. Dogs live inside the details underneath. They hear what we miss. They smell what we hide. They catch movement before our eyes even register it. Today we're covering 9 things your dog can see, hear, or sense that you genuinely cannot. And the last one might explain why your dog sometimes seems to know things before you do. 1. Colors you were told they can't see. For years, everyone said the same thing. Dogs only see in black and white. That turned out to be wrong. Dogs have 2 types of color cells in their eyes. Humans have 3. So dogs don't see the full range we do, but they absolutely see color. Their world looks mostly in shades of blue and yellow. What they struggle to see is red. A red ball sitting on green grass? To your dog, it practically disappears into the background. But here's the part that surprises most people. Dogs can actually see ultraviolet light, the UV range that is completely invisible to humans. Research led by vision scientist Jay Knights at the University of Washington confirmed that dogs have receptors sensitive to wavelengths we can't even perceive. So certain flowers, certain animals, certain surfaces that look totally plain to you, your dog can see patterns and markings on them that you simply can't. That blank wall your dog is staring at, to their eyes, something on it might actually be glowing. 2. Sounds coming from electronics you think are off. Your TV is off. The house feels completely quiet. Your dog is staring at the screen. To you, silence. To your dog, noise. Human ears can hear up to about 20,000 hertz. A dog's hearing goes up to around 65,000 hertz. That means your dog can hear the high-pitched hum your TV makes on standby, the whine of a computer monitor, the flicker of LED lights at frequencies your ears can't even reach. They can also hear sounds from much further away than you can, and their ears actually move independently to pinpoint exactly where a sound is coming from, something your fixed human ears can't do. So when your dog looks alert and stares at something totally silent, remember that silent is a human thing. Your dog might be listening to a frequency that has simply never existed inside your hearing range. 3. A storm coming hours before you feel anything. You had no idea bad weather was on the way. Your dog did. The pacing, the restlessness, the refusing to settle. This often starts hours before a single cloud appears in the sky. Dogs can feel the drop in air pressure that comes before a storm. They can hear the deep rumble of distant thunder, low-frequency sound waves that travel way ahead of the actual storm, sitting completely below what human ears can detect. They can even smell the shift in the air, the rise in humidity, the electrical charge that builds before lightning strikes. By the time you look out the window and notice the sky changing, your dog has already been processing that incoming storm for hours. Their anxiety isn't them being dramatic. It's an accurate response to real information they received long before you did. 4. The magnetic field of the Earth. This one sounds strange, but it's real. A study published in the journal Frontiers in Zoology, carried out across many dogs and breeds over a long period of time, found something remarkable. Dogs showed a clear preference for aligning their body along the Earth's north-south magnetic axis during certain behaviors. And that preference disappeared during periods when the magnetic field was unstable. That means dogs have some form of magnetic sensitivity. They can detect geomagnetic forces, the same invisible forces that help migratory birds navigate across entire continents. What your dog actually experiences when they sense this, whether it feels like something, whether they're even consciously aware of it, science is still figuring that out. But it's there, and you can't feel it at all. 5. The sound of you coming home before you reach the street. You think you're being quiet. You parked around the corner. You haven't opened the door. You haven't even reached the building yet. Your dog already knows you're coming. Dogs can hear sounds from 4 times further away than humans. That means your dog can pick up the specific sound of your car engine streets away, the particular rhythm of your footsteps, the sound of your keys shifting in your pocket before they ever touch the lock. Their hearing isn't just better in terms of pitch. It reaches further too. And with ears that move independently, they can pinpoint exactly where that sound is coming from. When your dog runs to the door before you arrive, it's not a sixth sense. It's just the fifth one working way beyond what you're capable of. 6. The chemical changes in your body when your emotions shift. You haven't said a word. You're sitting still. Nothing looks different from the outside, but your dog has quietly moved closer to you. When your emotions change, your body actually produces real chemical changes. Fear triggers adrenaline. Stress raises cortisol. Grief, anxiety, excitement. Each one shifts your body chemistry in ways other humans can't detect. But your dog's nose contains up to 300 million scent receptors. You have about 6 million. Your dog doesn't read your face first. They read the air around you. When they respond to how you're feeling before you've even said anything, before you've fully admitted it to yourself, they're not guessing. They're responding to real chemical information your body is putting out without you knowing it. 7. The early scent of illness. This goes even further. Trained dogs have been documented detecting early-stage cancers, diabetic episodes, and oncoming epileptic seizures through scent alone. The biological changes that come with these conditions alter the chemical signature of a person's breath, their skin, their body, in ways far too subtle for any human to notice, but well within what a dog's nose can detect. Research from teams including scientists at the PennVet Working Dog Center has shown cancer detection accuracy rates that match or even beat some clinical screening methods. Your dog has no idea what cancer is, but their nose can find the molecular signature of it. Some owners have noticed their dog obsessively sniffing or licking one specific spot on their body, only to later find out there was a medical issue in that exact location. They're not psychic. They're just working with a tool you don't have. 8. Ultrasonic sounds from animals and insects. The garden looks quiet. Your dog is locked onto a hedge and won't look away. Mice, rats, and certain insects communicate using frequencies in the ultrasonic range, completely above human hearing, but right inside your dog's range. What looks to you like a perfectly still, completely silent hedge might sound to your dog like a busy, noisy environment full of movement and information. This is why dogs sometimes track things you can't see. Dig at spots that look completely empty. Stand frozen, staring at what appears to be absolutely nothing. They're hunting, with their ears, on a frequency you've never had access to. 9. Very fast movement that looks like a blur to you. Dogs process visual information faster than humans do. Their flicker fusion rate, basically the speed at which they process moving images, is higher than ours. That means they can see motion that looks like a complete blur to human eyes. It's also why old televisions used to look like a flickering strobe light to dogs. Modern screens are better, but the visual world still moves differently for your dog, with a level of detail and motion that our eyes simply can't resolve. When your dog snaps at something invisible in the air, they might be reacting to a flying insect moving too fast for your eyes to catch. When they track something across the room and you see nothing, the nothing was moving. Your dog is not living in a simpler version of your world. They're living in a version that is bigger, more detailed, and full of signals, frequencies, forces, smells that fall completely outside your experience. Every time they seem to react to nothing, it's worth asking, what does nothing actually mean? Because from where your dog is standing, the answer might be completely different from yours. Every video on this channel starts with a question most dog owners have never thought to ask. Then we go find the real answer, the actual science. The studies that take years to come out and almost never reach people in a way that feels like a normal conversation. That's what we do here. If this video gave you something, a new way of seeing your dog, a moment that made you stop and think, hit like, drop a comment telling me which of the 9 surprised you most, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. The more you understand your dog, the better life gets for both of you. And that's always worth showing up for.